Welcome to a special edition of Sports and Songs podcast. I'm your host, Dan. I'm going to cover the Minnesota Amateur Baseball State Tourney tonight with a special focus on the Class C preview for the upcoming final weekend. Today is September 1st, 2020. Now, for those following us on Sports and Songs, the podcast here can be found on the right side there on various Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and our blog. Started a year ago. Currently the fastest growing podcast in all of Carver County. Let's get to the brackets. We're in the final weekend here. First two weekends are done. I've got the schedule highlighted in yellow for the upcoming games. Now this is the top bracket, and we'll go through the bottom bracket. We're in the Sweet 16. This is a single elimination tournament. You lose, you're done. You win, you advance. And then by the end of the weekend here, there will be two games on Sunday with the championship on Monday, Labor Day at 1 p.m. Let's go through the rankings first. Jordan Brewers ranked number 1 in all of state Class C. Jordan Brewers. Number 2, Sartell Muskies. Number 3, Buckman Billy Goats. They were eliminated last week. They are no longer in it. Number 4, Buffalo Bulldogs. Number 5, Waconia Lakers. They have been eliminated. Number 6, Watkins. Number 7, Bemidji. Number 8, Fairmont. Number 9, and tied for 9, St. Patrick Irish and Delano. Delano got beat last week. They are out of it. So there's 7 teams left of the top 10 here in the state of Minnesota. Games will kick off. There'll be one game Friday in Milroy, one game Friday night in Springfield. Everyone else then plays on Saturday. Let's get started here. We're going to work our way from top to bottom. Jordan versus Fairmont on that game on Saturday, this coming Saturday, noon, in the Springfield site location. Jordan, this is their 9th straight trip to the state tournament. They are the defending Class C champions. They won it last year, and they are currently ranked number 1. So they'll be the odds-on favorite to win. Remember, last year's tournament, the MVP was Joe Lucas, tall pitcher, shortstop for the Jordan Brewers. Going back, he was drafted by the Atlanta Braves back in 2010. He is always tough. They'll be going up against Fairmont. Now Fairmont, this is their 2nd straight trip to the state tournament. Currently ranked number 8 in the state of Minnesota. Ranked 8th. Now this is the only matchup of the weekend that contains 2 top 10 ranked teams facing off each other. There could be some down the road in the weekend, but the first opening matchup, this is the only one. Jordan versus Fairmont. This should be a good one. Now there's 3 Becker brothers on the Fairmont team. Most recently, brother Luke joined. Luke played for the University of Kentucky, D1 for the Kentucky Wildcats. Later on drafted by the Padres in the 9th round. Spent the last 2 seasons in the minor leagues, playing a total of 102 games. After getting released, joined up with the Fairmont squad, and he is a tough out. They're using him batting leadoff, playing shortstop. Good matchup there. Let's go to the next game. Foley versus Buffalo. This is the Friday night game in Springfield, 7:30 under the lights. Foley. Let's see what we've got for Foley. Foley, this is their 3rd straight consecutive trip to the state tournament. Being that we are hosting here the Sports and Songs podcast in Carver County, there is a connection here to Foley. Their 3rd baseman and pitcher is Brandon Biskins. Brandon Biskins formerly played for Cologne in amateur ball formerly played for Young America. Now runs a chiropractic business up in Becker. Plays for Foley. Little known fact, he played college football at Gustavus as their punter. Now, Section 11C. Section 11C, all 3 teams that qualified for state are still in it. There are 16 sections in the state of Minnesota, 16 regions. The only one with all the teams still alive is this one. This is a tough region. So Foley's in there along with Sartell and Cold Spring. All 3 that went to state, all 3 in the Sweet 16. They are going to be tough. They're going to be going up against Buffalo. Buffalo is currently ranked number 4 in the entire state for Class C. Tough region that they're in. Speaking of tough region, Hutchinson is in the same region as Buffalo. Hutchinson was eliminated. They were Class C state runner-up last year, losing to Jordan in the final. They didn't even make it to state this year, getting beat by Maple Lake. Buffalo's in it, tough. They don't make it regularly. They average making it to state once per decade. But this team is good. So they're the number 4 ranked team in the state. That should be a good matchup for Friday night. Let's move down to Isanti versus Cold Spring. This is the other Friday night game. 7:30 p.m. at the Milroy location. Springfield and Milroy are the co-hosts for Class C. Remember, it used to be New Ulm and Springfield. Due to the COVID scare, New Ulm City Council backed out, and Milroy stepped up to the plate, saying we could, at the last minute, host the state tournament as a co-host. Isanti, this is their 2nd straight appearance. Interesting. They beat Jordan earlier this season, 12-2 in 7 innings with the 10-run rule. This team can win. They've got a pitcher by the name of James Green. I would watch Isanti. Tough team. But guess who they're playing? Cold Spring. Not to be confused with the Cold Spring Springers that play in Class B town ball. They are a powerhouse for many years in Class B. This is Class C, the Rockies. They've played 2 games in the state so far this year. This team has scored 12 runs in both of their first 2 games at state this year. They can put up some runs. They've got a good pitcher by the name of Ryan Hennon. He's tough. But the guy you want to watch, Austin Duffner. Watch Austin Duffner. They played these 2 games. Like I said, they put up 12 runs apiece. Austin Duffner has 11 RBI in 2 games out of the team's 24 runs scored. He can hit the ball and he can hit it out. The last game, in his first 3 at-bats, he homered. Back-to-back-to-back home runs in 3 consecutive at-bats. He's the guy to watch here for Cold Spring. Rockies are tough. Next game, bottom here on the yellow, Prior Lake versus Bemidji. This game will be played Saturday, September 5th, a 3 p.m. game in Milroy. Prior Lake is in a tough region. They're in Region 3C. Only 4 teams make it in Region 3C. 3 are still in it. This is tough division. 3 of them have advanced to the Sweet 16. This is the 2nd straight trip for the Mudcats, the Prior Lake Mudcats. They had a wild come-from-behind win in the first weekend, and then knocked off Kimball last weekend. Kimball won the state for Class C back in 2017. Side note, Kimball, on their roster, has 5 guys with the last name of Marquardt. Let's move on to Bemidji. 2nd straight trip for the Bemidji Blue Ox. They are ranked number 7 in the state. Well, that Prior Lake's playing good, but I'm assuming that Bemidji will win this matchup. And as you look on the screen there, the winners, you'll see who advances on. The winners of these first games will be playing on Sunday. On the top, noon in Springfield. At the bottom, 3 p.m. in Springfield. The winner plays on Sunday again at 6 p.m. for the winners. Let's move to bottom bracket, bottom half, Sweet 16 tournament. We started with 48 teams 2 weeks ago, trimmed down to 32. Now we're down to 16. Starting at the top, if you can see in the yellow, Watkins. Watkins versus Bird Island. Now, on this is a good matchup. Here's the reason. Watkins, ranked number 6 in the state. This is their second straight trip of going to state. Now they find themselves in the Sweet 16. Watkins played 2 games. One pitcher pitched all 18 innings. Pitcher Matt Geislinger has yet to give up a run in the state tournament. They won both games by shutouts. So Watkins isn't messing around. They are ranked number 6 in Class C. Look for that first pitcher, Geislinger, to start that first game. And then it's going to come into depth once you get into that final day, Saturday, 2 games on Sunday, 2 games potentially on Sunday with the championship on Monday. Imagine Geislinger is going to go that very first game on Saturday, but if they win, we'll get to test how deep that bullpen is. They're going to be playing Bird Island. This is a Saturday 3 p.m. game in Springford. Bird Island, second straight trip to the state tournament. Bird Island comes out of Region 4C, and in fact, it's the first time they've ever won the region. They've gone to state before. They've gone to state, but they've never gone with a first round bye winning their region. This is the first time ever. They made history this year, 2020, first time Bird Island has ever won the region. Now, they are on a hot streak. Bird Island, the Bullfrogs, have won 15 of their last 16 games. They haven't given up a single run in their last 3 straight games. And that means the region semifinal game, they won in a shutout. The region championship game, they won in 7 innings in a 10-0 win. First round of state, they won also in 8 innings, 10-0 over Dilworth last week. They have not given up a run going back to their 4th game ago. Last 3 games, shutouts. This team is tough. They're going to go with pitcher Logan Neeson. Logan Neeson, ace at Bethany Lutheran College. Tough pitcher there. Played 2 seasons in the Northwoods League for Rochester. He has put up about 59 innings pitched and 78 strikeouts this season for Bird Island. He's a 6'5", 225-pound pitcher, big, tall guy, and dominant pitcher for Bird Island. Now, if they get into trouble, I believe the best pitchers drafted for state, Bird Island has 3 studs. And so they are going to be very, very deep in the pitching department, Bird Island. Look for them as a possible upset here against Watkins Clippers. The next game is Union Hill versus Young America. Union Hill, this game is Saturday, September 5th. 6 p.m. game in Springfield. Union Hill, last appearance is in 2017. Their roster includes, last name, 2 of the rosters, players last name Novak, 2 are Mosbergs, 2 are Giesens, and there's 3 Beckers on the team. Focus on Nathan Berg. He's one to watch. He had a great game the first game. These guys can put up a lot of runs with the best of them. This is the Union Hill. This is another team out of the DRS conference, the Dakota Rice Scott, that we talked about in Section 3C. 4 teams get sent, 3 are still in it. St. Patrick's still in it. Union Hill's still in it. Prior Lake is still in it. If you're wondering where St. Patrick is, Union Hill's outside of New Prague. St. Patrick's is in between Jordan and New Prague. So a lot of these teams that are typically tough to beat are in this Scott County area and Carver County. Union Hill takes on Young America. Union Hill should be interesting, should be these guys can put up runs in bunches. Young America, though, 4th straight state appearance. They have pitchers to watch: Josh Lenz, Isaac Horman, Dylan Whitaker. They even drafted Christian Johnson when the season ended to go to state. He's from Cologne. He went to state last year with Cologne, so he's got experience. He is a current pitcher for Gustavus. He has also pitched in the Northwoods League. Young America is going to be tough. They're not ranked in the top 10. Many think that they should be in the top 10. Some have them winning the entire Class C state tournament on their brackets. Young America will be tough. Young America won back-to-back region championships in the Crow River Valley, one of the toughest conferences in the state of Minnesota. That's Region 7C. They won that back-to-back, 2 straight. They're in that group with Watertown, Waconia, and Carver Blackstocks. Tough division. So that Union Hill Young America game is going to be a dandy. Going down to the bottom section, Sartell versus Bluffton. Sartell. This is their 9th state trip to the state. Currently ranked 2 in the state. Many are hoping to see a Sartell versus Jordan championship matchup. 1 against a 2. Sartell's tough. Their pitcher, David Dominski, DD, formerly drafted by the Twins, played a couple years in the minor leagues as a pitcher in the Twins organization. Tough. This last game, 17 strikeouts last week in the state tournament against a tough Gaylord team. 17 strikeouts. He will most likely go that very first game. They'll be taking on a tough Bluffton team. Bluffton, many may not have heard, but this is their 3rd straight trip to the state tournament. They're becoming a regular here. Player to watch here for Bluffton. Player to watch in this game. This is a Saturday 6 p.m. game in Milroy. Jake Dykoff. There's 2 other Dykoffs on the team, 3 total. Jake, currently a U of M Crookston pitcher on the staff there. Pitched 2 years in junior college. He's a high school standout out of Wadena. But he will mow him down with the best of them too. Jake Dykoff, also tough at the plate. Great hitter. I would keep an eye on him. That Bluffton team is tough. The final game, St. Patrick versus Carver. Now this is interesting. Good matchup here. A DRS team against a Crow River Valley team. St. Patrick, 3rd straight year going to state. Roster includes some youth, but also some notable veterans. Veterans on this squad. 2 of them with hockey backgrounds. Matt Ambrose played 4 years of college hockey at University of Nebraska, Omaha. His brother Seth played for the Golden Gophers. Played 159 games for the Golden Gophers at D1 hockey. Helped the Golden Gopher hockey team win 4 conference championships. 2 with the WCHA, 2 in the Big Ten when they converted over. He went on to be drafted by the Columbus Blue Jackets in the 5th round in the NHL draft in the year 2011. These guys can hit the ball. Another vet, pitcher Bill Dunker. Bill Dunker has been to the state tournament in some fashion, on a roster or as a draftee, in 23 of the past 24 straight years. He has played in the Minnesota Class C state tournament, almost a quarter of a century. 23 of the past 24 years. Always tough there. They've got some great veteran leadership on that St. Patrick team. Dunker came there back when my uncle Monty Hennon was the manager there for St. Patrick. These guys are scrappy. This St. Patrick team is ranked number 9 in the state in Class C. They're playing Saturday, the noon game in Milroy. And guess who they're taking on? The Carver Black Sox. Carver Black Sox. 4th straight year at the state. Once again, they're in that tough region, that Crow River Valley League, one of the toughest in the state. But guess who they have on their roster? They've got shortstop Kyle Dalton, was the Crow River Valley MVP in the year 2017. They've got Andrew Weber, Crow River Valley Pitcher of the Year in 2019. They've got Jay Bresnahan, coming fresh off winning the batting title this year in the Crow River Valley League. He played for years with Hamburg, switched over, joined with Carver, and now is going to the state tournament this year. This team is tough. Now, they also have draftee Torben Erdahl. Torben Erdahl played for Cologne. They drafted him from Cologne. He's another pitcher currently on the Gustavus Adolphus roster. Went to state with Cologne last year. These guys are deep. Carver flies below the radar. But if you want to see a dark horse here or a sleeper pick, I would not be surprised to see Carver win a couple of games here on the final Labor Day weekend. Always tough. So once again, the games here are all Saturday, except for those 2 on Friday. The games all Saturday games, single elimination, 9 innings, great ball, a lot of talent. These rosters on these teams are loaded up with college guys, former pro players, very talented group of individuals. Once they win the Final Four, we're going to see the Final Four here, bracket right here. Winners will play Sunday. And then only 2 teams remain for the 1 p.m. start. Springfield will be hosting the championship. Milroy only hosts up to that semifinal game. Monday, 1 p.m., Labor Day, Class C state tournament. Winner take all in Springfield. Should be interesting. Once again, here's the information on the Sports and Songs podcast, Facebook page, Twitter account, and I'll put the links below in the description here of the Minnesota Amateur State Baseball site with the brackets and everything there. Or watch our Facebook page, as we will be creating threads with game updates all through the weekend. Once again, my name is Dan Hennon. Thanks for listening. This is the Class C preview final weekend.